Welcome to the ACC Championship. What's good, YouTube? This is Jake from TNJ. And in this episode, we will watch number 2 Notre Dame versus number 3 NC State. And this is going to be a really good game. The winner, we end up playing in the national championship. So this is a win or go home game here for both programs, especially NC State. I don't remember the last time they've even been this close to being this good, and they have a chance at history here. And they have a weird roster. They are 11-1. They are pretty much a middle of the road team when it comes to ratings. You can see Downing is only a 73 overall back, but he's had a phenomenal season. And even their receiving core, I mean, no guys in the 90 overall range. And this is just an interesting team. They've just overachieved, and they're just grinding it out, and they can finish a miracle season. Their best defender is Matt White, though. He's pretty good. He's 92 overall as a senior, and he's going to be looking to wreak havoc on this dangerous Notre Dame offense, led by Kyle Floyd. He is a really good quarterback. He is a pure pocket passer. He does have decent acceleration, so I don't know if he's going to run at all, but he can throw the ball. 95 throw power with 99 accuracy. This guy is a monster, but the leader of their offense is Chris Lewis. 98 overall, 1,500 yards on the ground. You can see he's got 99 break tackling, and just look at that, 7.7 yards per carry. That led the nation. And just looking at receiving, they also have a pretty good receiving core led by Jameel Dixon, who's still young. Eduardo Schaefer is there. He was one of our former recruits. If you remember in season 2, we missed out on him, and he ended up picking Notre Dame. He's 6'4", he's got great size, and I'm glad to see him actually doing well, as he isn't their number 1 receiver, but he does get in quite a bit. But their defense is the talk of this game. They're elite, especially their front 9, I'd say their front 7. They're really good. Their linebacking core is really good. They're led by Chase Beck at right end, and they should not have any problem stopping the run because they are just tough up front. So here we go. We are starting out this game, and here is Hayden starting out with the throw across the middle, and it's almost tipped and deflected and picked off, but it ends up being an incompletion by the lefty. You can see he's left-handed here on a 3rd and 4, throwing the ball across the middle. He's going to find his tight end on this one, Justin Hudson, for 20 yards as they move the ball across the 50. So Notre Dame, I'd say their best, strength is their defensive line as they get in on this play and sack and strip the quarterback, Corey Hayden, and they're actually lucky to recover that as NC State. So now 3rd and 16. There's a big hit on Broderick Downing, and he only gets 1 yard on that one as their defensive front shows up there on that first drive. So here is Floyd starting it out, handing the ball off to Chris Lewis, and he gets a gain of 6. As that actually put him over, I believe, the career rushing total for Notre Dame running backs, so congratulations to him. So here is Floyd with the first big completion over the middle to Jameel Dixon for a first down, followed up by a throw across the middle, and that is going to be their tight end, Matt Hall, for a 4-yard catch. So now on a 3rd and 7, here's a throw across the middle, back to Hall, but he can't hold on, and NC State plays good defense on that first drive, forcing the punt. So here's Hayden back out onto the field. Here's a quick strike over the middle. He doesn't have the arm strength that Floyd has, but he definitely throws the ball with accuracy as he hands it off to Downing, who's going to pick up a first down here on this drive. So now from the shotgun, here's a quick throw across the middle, and he's finding his receiver, his running back, Downing, for 9 yards out of the backfield, and they eventually get the first down. So now 1st and 10 at about the 45. Throw across the middle. He's got a man, and that's going to be Joe Riley for a gain of 17. That's a nice quick throw, as we're going to see that a lot from this offense. So now under center here for a 3rd and 4. Here's a throw deep across the middle, and he's got a man inside the 5-yard line. That's Joe Riley again playing in the slot. That's a nice touch pass on that one, and Riley does the rest, gets inside the 5, and sets him up here on a 3rd and goal. Here's a pitch play out to Downing, and he gets in for the 4-yard gain on that one and touchdown run. And NC State strikes first here in this championship game, and they take the 7-0 lead. So here's Notre Dame back out on the field. We haven't seen that high-powered offense just yet. Here is Floyd with the throw to the left side. He's got a man getting down the sideline and getting pushed out of bounds. That's Matt Grigsby for a gain of 13. So now at about the 38-yard line, here on a 3rd and 8. Here's a throw across the middle. That's Eduardo Schaefer, our former recruit, getting 15 yards on that one as he came all the way across the field, gets open, and that's a nice throw and catch. So now 1st and 10 at about the 45-yard line as this first quarter winds down. Here's a throw across the middle once again. He's finding his running back, Chris Lewis, and that's a gain of 13. He's really dynamic. He's going to be one of the top picks in this draft next year. So now we're on to the second quarter. Here's a throw out to the left side, this time finding Matt Hall, only for 2 yards, though, as that NC State defense plays good defense, and Notre Dame ends up settling for the field goal, making it a 7-3 game. So NC State has put together a nice little drive on the last one. Here's another throw out to the left side, finding his receiver, and that's a nice catch and run on that one. Todd Ware using a stiff arm to get 13 yards. So here's Corey Hayden, another handoff to the right side, but this one's going to be stopped in the backfield. I talked about that defensive front before this game, and they are showing up so far. Downing hasn't had much room to run. So 3rd and 8. Here's a deep shot, and that's going to be almost picked off by Gerard Jenkins, and that is going to be his second deflection of the game as that gives the ball back to Notre Dame. So trips to the right on the next drive by Floyd. He's going to throw across the middle. He's got a man with a lot of room, and he gets tripped up. Jameel Dixon, his leading receiver going into this game. That's a gain of about 34, and a nice route getting open on that one. So 2nd and 3. Here's a throw out to the right side. That's tipped. Zach Smith. As NC State's defense is actually playing better than what I thought they would versus this offense. So here's a 3rd and 8 carry, and Chris Lewis on a draw play cannot get anywhere as NC State holds them to just a field goal, but it's still a 1-point game now. So here is Hayden throwing across the middle to Downing. He's throwing the ball with a lot of check downs in this one, a lot of short, quick throws as he hasn't thrown the ball down the field. But here's a nice throw across the middle. That's Jason Barnes, 18 yards for the first down. So now 1st and 10 at about the 45. Here, 3 minutes left here in the first half. Throw across the middle, and Downing does the rest, 11 yards. They're not doing a good job of containing the middle of the field. You can tell that NC State is exploiting that weakness as here's Downing on the next possession or next play, and he picks up 12 yards on that one, but he's only got 18 yards off of 9 carries. Not doing too well on the ground. Here's some pressure up the middle, and Hayden fumbles again, and Notre Dame fails to pick that one up. So this drive does continue here on a 3rd and 19. Here's a quick throw across to the right side, and they were sending the house on that one. And NC State gets it for a nice 14-yard gain, and that puts them into field goal range. And they kick the field goal, making it a 10-6 game. So here on the next drive, under 2 minutes left. But here's a throw to Matt Hall, taking a huge hit, but holding on to that one as that makes it 2nd and 5, 25 seconds left. Here's another throw out to the left side, and that's going to be out of bounds by Matt Grigsby for 4 yards. Here's Floyd running the read option, and that's not something you see every day from this quarterback. A pure pocket passer, but he gets 7 yards on that one. So Notre Dame, can they complete this drive? Here's a deep shot to the right side, and he's going to find his man, but that's incomplete. He could not drag a foot. So now 12 seconds left here in the first half. Here's a deep shot to the left side. He's got a man. That's Dixon again, and that's going to be a nice catch by their leading receiver. So now they hurried up to the line. They do not use a timeout, and look at this clock. It's running. They need to snap this ball, and they get the snap off, and they throw it across the middle, but the clock is going to hit 0. So bad clock management on that drive, and I don't know what Notre Dame was doing, but they just missed out on 3 points in the most important game of the year. It's 10-6. NC State leads at half. So starting out this second half, here is Floyd back out onto the field, maybe doing a little bit better managing the clock this half as Floyd throws over the middle and his receiver can't hang on to it after the big hit. So a 3rd and 11 throw. This time, wide open is Chris Lewis, and there's no linebackers out there to even get him in time for an 11-yard gain and a first down. So at about the 50-yard line, here's a throw to the right side, and he's got a man. That's Matt Grigsby again, who's been open all game. He's got his 7th catch of this game. So now at about the 33-yard line, here's a throw out to the left. He's got Grigsby again, who's going to pick up 9 yards and a first down. So Grigsby has been Floyd's best friend in this game. Here he is under center once again, 5-step drop back, and he's going to throw across the middle. That's Chris Lewis, 6 yards and another first down. So they are moving the ball on this drive. Here's a delayed handoff. I like this play. Chris Lewis gets to the left side, and that's a gain of 8, as he hasn't been able to run the ball at all, but he's been very effective in the passing game. So 3rd and 5. Here's a throw across the middle. That's Jameel Dixon, 9 yards for the touchdown. As Kyle Floyd has been very accurate in this game, just hasn't had any touchdown passes, and he gets his first one right there. So now Corey Hayden is down 3 points here in the 3rd quarter. Here's a dump off to the right side. That's Downing. He's going to break a tackle, and he's getting to the first down marker for 12 yards. So under center this time, Corey Hayden. 1-step drop back, it looks like. Quick throw to the right side, and he's got Todd Ware for a 9-yard gain. So now they're almost at the 50-yard line. 3rd and 1, running their fullback in motion, handing it off to Downing. But look at this defense, swamping Downing in the backfield. And that's going to be a tackle by Terrence Hayes, his 2nd tackle for loss of the game, coming from the secondary. So now here we go back on the next drive. Can Notre Dame extend this lead after taking the lead on the last possession? There's Kyle Floyd running some read option. I'm pretty surprised to see this play calling. On the next play, here's Eduardo Schaefer getting another screenplay, but that's only going to go for a gain of 3. So play action fake. Spider 3 wide banana. He's going to throw it out to the left side, and he's going to find Orlando Mackey, and he's only going to pick up 2 yards, and it brings it to a 4th and inches as they line up to go for it. Another read option. This time Floyd fights forward for 4 yards. We definitely got to watch that if we do end up playing them in the championship. They're going to throw out some read option in their playbook. So here's a throw to the left side, and Floyd's keeping this drive going. That's a nice throw to the left side for a gain of 9. So they do eventually pick up the first down. Here's a quick throw and almost deflected. That's caught by Matt Hall, and that's 10 yards on that reception. So Notre Dame is moving the ball as we move into the 4th quarter here, 13-10, as Notre Dame continues this drive on the other side of the field. Here's a throw across the middle. He's got Dixon again, and he's going to pick up 11 yards as Floyd is doing his job in this game, being very efficient with his passes. Here's a draw play up the middle. That's Chris Lewis. 8-yard touchdown run. He is a Heisman candidate. Like I said, led the nation in yards per carry with 7.7, and they take the 10-point lead. So NC State, the underdog story. Can they continue this game and get back in it? And here is Downing with an 11-yard reception to the right side as they get it to a 3rd and 1. So the controller does fall asleep here, but here's a sack on the play on Corey Hayden as they try to run a play action fake. Not a good idea. Terrence Hayes having himself a game. 7 tackles, 1 sack, and now 3 tackles for loss, and he's having himself a pretty good game in this one. So here is Notre Dame back out onto the field. Floyd, 5 wide receiver set. Here on a 3rd and 9, throwing across the middle. He's going to find his man who fights for the first down, Matt Grigsby. That's a killer right there as they threw in front of the first down marker and everything. Play action fake to Chris Lewis, and he's going to find Matt Grigsby again. Wow, he's got 12 receptions in this game. So 3rd and 7, running a screen pass out to the left side. NC State's there, though, for the stop. That's a loss of 4. As NC State's playing pretty good defense staying in this one, as now that forces a punt. 4.5 minutes left for Corey Hayden to drive down the field, but they're going to run up the middle, and that one is stopped by Notre Dame. So under center here, 3rd and 11 at their own 20-yard line. He drops back to pass. He's going to move to the left a little bit and throw back to the right. He's got a man open on the sideline. That's Todd Ware for 18 yards and a first down. So the lefty's now in a shotgun. He's going to whip the ball out to the left side, and he just throws this one out of bounds. And that brings it to a 3rd and 10. Screen pass out to the right side. A pretty predictable play call on this one. And that's going to be stopped for a loss of 2. And Downing can't move the ball forward. But they do line up for it. 4th and 12. Here's a throw across the middle. They got a man and somehow avoids 2 tacklers and gets to the first down marker. Todd Ware has been their best player on offense this game. And he picks up a big first down. So under center, here's Corey Hayden. Throw out to the right side. He's got another throw and another first down. Justin Hudson on that one. He's at a quiet 50 yards receiving in this game. Here's Corey Hayden on the screen pass. Another screen pass to the left side. And that's going to be tackled before the first down. Only a gain of 7. So can they convert their second 4th down conversion here? Under 2 minutes left. Hayden under center. Quick throw across the middle. He's got a man. Wow, that defense was in there right away. Joe Riley picks up 9 and a first down. So now at about the 17-yard line, here on a 2nd and 4, another dump off across the middle. That's Broderick Downing, and he's got 7. But this clock is continuing to move. They need to score quickly. Here's another draw play. This time Downing gets inside the 5, but there's no first down marker, so they call a timeout here with a minute left. On a 3rd and goal. Here's a throw out of the back of the end zone, and Hayden down to maybe the last play on offense of this game for NC State. 4th and goal. A fullback behind him, handing it off to Downing, and he's going to get in 2 yards out, touchdown, and they do stay in this game, but that timeout that they used, man, that may come back to hurt them. So they do line up for the onside kick here. Only down 3, and they're going to kick it, and it's going to be recovered by Notre Dame. Who else? It's Grigsby, and he falls on that one, and now they're set up as they have to just get a first down and they win this game. Here's a handoff up the middle. Chris Lewis. That's a loss of 3. They burn their first one. 2nd and 13. Lewis again. He's going to get tackled in the backfield. Another loss of 2. So 3rd and 14. Is Notre Dame going to throw this ball or run it once again? They decide to run it. Lewis gets to the left side. He's going to get tackled. And it's a gain of 7, but this clock is going to run down. And they're not going to punt. They're going to go for this, and they're going to throw the ball. Here is Floyd. He's going to throw out to the right side, and it's deflected, and it's going to be a turnover with 1 second left. So NC State, they have 1 Hail Mary left, and it's the game. Here, 1 second left. Here is Hayden from the shotgun. He's going to get sacked, and Notre Dame is going to go to the national championship off of Chase Beck's 3rd sack of the game. What a game that was. I wasn't really, excited about it because there wasn't any huge plays, but it was a good defensive game, and Notre Dame holds on as Floyd does his thing. I mean, he was pretty much on target on every throw. As Lewis was held in check, though, he didn't have the big game that you would think that he would have. But they did their thing here in this game as Notre Dame is going to face SJSU in SJSU's first national championship ever, as Floyd only missed 9 passes in this game. He ran for 31 yards, but nobody really ran for over what Floyd did of 31. And NC State just didn't have enough offense, to be honest. They just couldn't do it. If they had a better offense, I think they would have won that game. If they maybe would have had one more impact player, maybe. But they just didn't have enough in the end, as Notre Dame's defense ended up getting to the quarterback 4 times, and then NC State's didn't. I mean, that's just the difference right there. I mean, they just couldn't catch up. So we do advance and just look at the matchup here, as Denzel Knox does end up losing the Heisman to Wright from Penn State. And look at Chris Lewis is actually in there. He was 4th in the Heisman voting. Michael Cummings wins the Bednarik. James Jackson Jr. wins the Nagurski. Michael Cummings wins linebacker of the year, and Champagne Green wins returner of the year. And for another 2 straight years, I believe, I think it might be 3 straight years, we win coach of the year as we move into the championship game, which will be released on Monday, as I want to kind of line it up with how real life would be. The national championship is on a Monday in real life. So Kirk Herbstreit is going with Notre Dame. So no surprise they're going against us, but they are the better overall team. But I think on paper, this is an even matchup as we have the number 5 defense. They have number 9. So you don't want to miss Monday's game, the national championship, 13-0 SJSU, number 2 Notre Dame. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.